Greetings, everyone. This video is in regards to the week 2 assignment for advertising. This week you're being asked to write a 2-page paper that answers questions. And in 2 pages, that is what it should be. If you're utilizing APA format, then it would be 4 pages. Typically papers should have a cover page, and then the 2 pages, and then a reference page. So this paper is going to need to be supported and researched. So the first question is, what is the ideal balance between self-regulation and government regulation when it comes to controlling advertising and promotional efforts? First of all, the FTC does have rules and regulations that marketers have to follow. Whenever you do a coupon or a giveaway, there are rules and guidelines you have to follow from the federal level, but also at the state level. So depending upon what state you're in, the regulations can be different. For example, in some states, if you're going to give away anything more than $5,000, then you have to follow lottery rules. So you have to make sure that you understand federal regulations as well as state regulations when it comes to advertising. When you put an ad on the television, there are regulations in regards to how fast one can read the disclaimer at the bottom of the screen and the size font that disclaimer on the screen can be. So we have to be aware of those laws. So this is looking at how much regulation should there be in terms of the government, state and federal, and how much self-regulation. You know, it's looking at us using our own ethical makeup. Where should you draw the line? You know, in week 1, we talked about advertising and whether or not we considered it to be, you know, maybe exaggerating the truth or outright deceptive. So that's what this is about, is regulations. Because in advertising, there are lots of regulations. While you may think that some of these ads are deceptive, there's still a lot of regulations that have to be followed in terms of that. So you want to look at that. So my suggestion to you is, and to approach to answer that, is to do the research first. Don't base it on personal opinion. Do the research for federal guidelines and the state in which you live in, what guidelines they require as well, before you form an opinion. You may say, well, we need more regulations. Well, before you decide that, see how many regulations are out there first. Because there are lots of regulations out there. So I'm not saying there's too many. I'm not saying there's not enough. What I'm saying is, before you form an opinion, see what's actually out there first before you form an opinion. My personal belief is it is better to know all sides of the topic before you make an informed decision. If you don't have all sides of the opinion, you might be picking the side you don't want to be on. So we can make better arguments and defend our arguments better when we know all points of view. The second part of that question is give examples to situations in terms of where self-regulation is appropriate and where it's not appropriate. Okay? You got to think about where these things should be good and where they shouldn't. Okay? Again, make sure it's 2 pages. 1 page is not going to cut it. And you want to have your reference page. Those are elements. So I'm looking for 2 pages, and I'm looking for your reference page. I'm looking for well thought out and well written sentences. College is about learning to write, and we need to put our best foot forward. So take time to be impressive. Take time to proofread your work. And if you have any questions after watching this video, please let me know.